Good morning to you all. Well, here we are. We are at the end of the week. We are Friday. Now, if you are just joining, although we're now day 5 in, maybe this is the first day that you're tuning into our new schedule. Very first show, it's Wake Up Call with Craig. I am, of course, Craig Laird. Now, I am here every single day, so Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. for an hour. That's 9 a.m. here in the UK. Of course, you guys stateside, although many of you actually either get up or stay up to watch, you can always watch back later on and see the shenanigans that we get up to within the very first show. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I am cream crackered. I am knackered. We have then had an unbelievably busy day, busy week actually, and do you know, I have to tell, we've got Erin, we've got Liam in the gallery, and you know, cream crackered is nice and innocent here in the UK. If you guys stateside take that in any other way, I do apologise, but let's just say I am very tired. Let's put it that way. Busy week, all week when it comes to Crafters TV, and this is my final day, well, before I'm back on Sunday, so I thought, do you know what? I'm nice, I'm relaxed, I'm chilled. So I thought, what we could do, do you know what I thought? Bring it. Let's bring in a helping hand. That's exactly what I have done. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
Now, Ben, you see, he's nice, he's refreshed, he's relaxed, bit like me. No, he's not. Did you have a good night last night?
It was a great show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And when I said I was going to come in here and give you a helping hand, I didn't mean that I was going to come in here and do your cleaning for you. I mean, what's all this about? Are you serious? Come on.
There is no way on this earth I would have you in here and not helping me out. Whether it's cleaning, whether it's cups of tea, whether it is just getting things sorted, getting things tidied up in between demos or that, maybe get you looking at comment. And actually, just to say as well, what we'll do as well later on is you'll probably see he's already started. If you've seen right at the start of the week, I may have got our counter a bit inky.
I don't know who made the mess over here. It's terrible though. I'm glad I'm never over this side of the studio. Unbelievable mess you leave it in, and you get blamed most of the time, let me just tell you.
I do. And on this occasion, that inky table was my fault. Everything else, usually it's not. I'm the guy on the TV team, so I get the blame. Now, show you what's coming up throughout this hour here. We have got an incredible craft vault, which, funny enough, is with me and Ben as well. So with these ones here, these are 11 a.m. here in the UK when it comes to craft vault. 6 a.m. Eastern time, 3 a.m. Pacific time. That is then also going to be on at 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. Eastern time or 11 a.m. Pacific time. And when it comes to the craft vault, all today, all the aired items from Spectrum Noir, so it's the Spectrum Noir aired items that we show you, are up to 50% off on that one there. Credible collection here. So that is something we're going to be showing you as well very shortly, is these aqua tints. So I'm going to be going over them very shortly. But then what we have got a masterclass, which funny enough, is me and Ben again. We have got our diorama aperture die sets here. Now I'm going to go over these in a wee bit of detail just shortly, but then tune in later on, 1 p.m. here in the UK, 8 a.m. Eastern time or 5 a.m. Pacific time, if you want to see a full-on masterclass. Now, when it comes to these aperture die set, you have got one of them within these ones, the interchangeable garden, only available within the bundle. So only available within the bundle. So if you want that one, or you like the look of that one, it's only available in that bundle. So that is on Masterclass. And then coming along later on today, Colour Me Happy. Couldn't be Friday, couldn't be a Colour Me Happy without, no, not me. You've got Ben, but you've got Leanne as well. We've got the birthday girl. Birthday girl is in. We may have seen us both on Cartload earlier on last night. We had some fun. Never ever am I going to think or eat burgers or sausages in the same way with the way that Leanne was pronouncing them in the Scottish accent. If you've never seen them, always go back and tune in because it was hilarious. But that is coming up later on today. It's all about our ink pads. So whether it's quick dries, water reactive, these are the sort of things that Leanne is going to be giving you. It is a Colour Me Happy / I like to call it as an extra bit of a masterclass when it comes over all of your ink pads. 4 p.m. here in the UK, you've got 11 a.m. Eastern time, or you have got 8 a.m. Pacific time. What I'm going to be doing later on is I'm going to be showing you kind of like the stamps, also a bit of the inks as well, just how these actually work. But again, you can go back and you can be watching Colour Me Happy later on for all the ideas. So there is your stamp sets here. So that middle one in the middle with that bumblebee, that's something I'm going to be quickly showing you later on in this hour. But what we can then do as well is, just in a moment, I'm going to give you a wee bit of a 5-minute masterclass tip on what is the best cardstock, what is the best ink to use, whether it comes to either your ink pads, your tri-blends, or your water reactive pens. So all these different things are going to be coming up throughout this hour. So what we can do is we can go across, we can get started, and then we can then start to see who's tuning in today, who's got any comments, any questions. We'll be able to do that one within this show here. So when we go across to my nice, clean, tidy demo area, I can then get started, I can get inky, I can do some backgrounds, I can do maybe some embossing, we can do whatever we want, and that's the joyous thing about having this show with Wake Up Call with Craig. So what we can do is we're going to be showing you the shades of spring. Now keeping in mind when it comes to Spectrum Noir and the craft fall, everything that we air within the show this morning, later on today, everything that we show is up to 50% off in the Spectrum Noir range. So I thought what we can do is I'm going to bring it, I'm actually going to go back a bit because I have got my Springs of Shade. This is our Aquatint pens that we have got here, and thought we could have a wee bit of a play because these are water-based. So what you can then do is you can create your backgrounds, you can create your foregrounds, you can do all your different techniques and that with these ones here. Lots of things you'll find throughout the show. But what I want you to do is I want to get your comments in. I want you to say good morning. What I want to know, following that strap along the bottom, get your comments into our social, and what you can then do is let me know it's Friday. So do you have a Friday treat? Now here, I don't know if it's just Scotland or whether it's kind of within the UK with something say like Fish Friday. Friday we'll have fish and chips. Some people have fajitas Friday. We'll have their fajitas. Some people have a takeaway. Do you have a Friday treat? I want to know, have you got one of them? Let's see what you are saying. Or you might just want to let me know what you are up to this weekend. So what we can then do is have a look. I'm going to bring in some cardstock here. I'm going to show you how these Aquatints, these work. And as I say, you can see the details on the screen there. All the information, a lot more detail are going to come up on our craft vault. So we have got our pens. So I've started to use these ones already. What I've done is I've kept this one untouched. And what I mean by that is we need to prime these ones. So what we can do is if I then bring this one in, and I'm just going to take this little tip off here. So all this little tip, I'm going to just take that one off. I don't need that band, so I'm going to take that one off. Now what I'm going to do actually first, if we do it this way, this is kind of like the best way to do it. You need to give it a bit of a shake first. A bit of a ball bearing kind of in there. We're just mixing up all of that colour throughout, giving it a nice wee bit of a mix. And then this is where if you want to do your, again, your water techniques, so you're able to create backgrounds, you're able to do resist. It's a nice spring colour within this one. So you can pop them behind your die cuts if you so wish. But what I can do is if I take this one off, and then now I'm just going to wind that one. I'm going to take this one off here. We don't need that. That can go into the bin. So we can pop that one in the bin. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn and twist until it goes as far as it can. And I'm going to pull off the lid. I'm just going to tighten that little bit more. And then what we're going to do is here in the embossed packaging of the pen, I know you can't see it, but it does say push. It's embossed when it comes to here. So if I go that way, there we go. You might just be able to see it just in a moment or two. You'll see it in a second. So just where my finger is, or my pinky is, you can start to see it where it says push. So what we can then do now is, it says push, but really what we want to do is lightly press. We want to lightly press. We want to start to get this ink coming through the chamber. So if we press this one here, and I'm going to keep pressing, and we're going to start to see how the ink is starting to come through the chamber. And then what we want to do is just get that ink to start flowing through. Just pressing a few times very, very lightly, and we can see that ink is now coming through all the way along. So what I can do is so let's pop that one to the side. I'm going to bring in just a little bit of kitchen roll, and we can then just take that excess off for now. Now that I've showed you that one, what I am going to do is we're going to be using this one is the Moonlight, and this one is the Pink Champagne for this one. I've got some water just at the side of me, just tap water, and what I'm going to do is bring in my watercolour card, and I'm going to give this a bit of a coating when it comes to the water. And this is one of the cardstocks I'll go over very, very shortly for any techniques that you want to do. I've got a bit of a tin of purple from when last time I used my paintbrush. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Because we're going to come over the top with our pen here, our Aquatint pen. And I'm going to pull this one off here. I'm going to take the lid off, and then we're just going to pop that one over the top. So we've got, thank you so much, Tracy, for commenting and saying that you are enjoying the show so far. It's a pleasure having your company. It's nice to hear this. And Kathy's saying lovely colours. They really, really are, aren't they? Exactly as they say on the name, shades of spring, very spring-like within these ones here. Now what I'm going and doing is going back and forwards, and I'm lightly pressing at the same time because I want to get some of that ink out. We want to get a nice free-flowing coverage of ink. And then what I can do is move over onto my next one. I'm going to turn my cardstock over, and we're going to use in our Moonlight. So what we can do is we can then just bring this one in here, and we're going to go back and forwards as well with the yellow. Lightly pressing just to get that ink to be flowing through. So I keep pressing and pressing, and because these are water-based, what you can start to do is blend the colours in. So you don't need to be overly concerned or precise about getting a good coverage if you can't, although you will with the pens, because what we can then do is come back in with our water, and I'm just using one of our paintbrushes. This is our largest one, and I can start to pull that colour in. I'm starting to blend it all in together. If I need to come back in with more, I can do. We're going to keep blending these two parts in. So if I come into the middle here, if you want to come back and add more colour and more depth, you can do if you want, but what I'm going to do is just blend from the bottom all the way up to the top here, so we can start to get that mid-tone within the middle. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in some sea salt. So this is coarse sea salt, so this is the big granules for these ones. And we can then bring these ones here. Now I believe we have got so many of you tuning in, and we've got about 5 states from the US. We've got Arizona tuning in. We've got Alaska tuning in, Wisconsin tuning in, New Jersey tuning in. You guys are unbelievable. Cannot believe the time across there, and you're tuning in. Actually, I want to know as well, are you actually staying up, or have you gone to bed and actually got up to watch this show? Either way, I appreciate it so, so much, especially on a day when, let's face it, I'm knackered. I'm tired, really, really tired, but you know what, it's fun. It's crafting, it's all the fun, isn't it? Now what I've just done there is just sprinkled that sea salt over the top. It needs to be coarse, because what we're then away to do is if I bring in my water spritz bottle, you'll find all of these on the website, got some water in it, and I'm going to spritz over the top. So I'm just spritzing some water over the top. That's going to then enable the ink to be sucked in to the big grains of salt, because obviously salt attracts liquid. So what we can do is move that one to the side. So I tell you what, let's pop it here, and I'm going to pop it there so that I don't step on it, and then my lovely assistant later on can come along and tidy it up. Now, just before we went live, I've done one earlier on. So this is maybe about an hour ago. I would still leave this to dry a little bit longer, but what I can then do is if I move this one to the side, I'm going to take this excess. So if I take this excess one out the way, and then just with my hands, I'm going to then just start to rub and pull over the top. So we're taking away that salt. So I'm moving it out of the way. The longer you leave it until it's completely dry, what will happen is you'll get bigger attraction effects. So what I can do is just take that one off. So I'm going to move these bits out of the way, smudging very slightly because it's still a bit wet. However, you're still 100% going to be able to see the effect. So if I bring this one here, so I'm going to take that one off. Now, can you see now, we've got this full-on mottled effect. So instead of it being blended in, what we've got is we've got this distressed mottled effect. Can you see that? I love that effect. So you're looking at, do you know what it's like? It's like we've gone over with kitchen roll and dabbed, and we've pulled up some of that clumps of ink. So that gives you that resist effect. Once again, as I just said, if I leave it even longer, it continues to pull that ink out. But what to do is take these bits of salt, whatever you do, please do not put them on your fish and chips. One, they're too thick, and two, what you're going to be able to do is actually pop them into your shaker elements. Keep a hold of them. They've got a bit of colour to them. You've got a bit of spring-like colour to them. Keep a hold of them. Just let them dry out, and do you know, I've got an assistant to do that. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? Why am I doing it? All that I need to do you know what? Let's have a wee look. I'm going to read a few of these comments. Now, what I need to do is, the amazing iPad that it is has locked me out my screen. So let me just start again. So do you know what? We can do it all at the exact same time. So let's log in. Do you know what we can do just now? We'll do that in a moment. Tell you what, let's just go from my phone at the moment and we'll get that hooked up in a second. We've got, hi Sarah from Australia. We've got Sandra has the ink gone off the table? If not, keep going, Ben. It's just about there, but you know. Still a little bit there. Jackie's saying fish fries, so fish fries, does that mean Fresh Friday or fish fries? Is there something as such as fresh fries? Fresh, deep fried fish, yeah, fish and chip, yep, could do that. Iconic in Wisconsin, Friday treat here, fabulous. Maria, I've not got that aqua tint, but we'll have to treat myself. They look amazing, absolutely. You've seen the price just a moment ago. Tune in later on to Craftvault and you'll see them in a bit more detail. Up to 50% off when it comes to, is it up to or is it 50% off, Erin? It's 50% off everything that we show in Craftvault. Not up to, it is 50% off, which is fantastic. Just a couple more. Bonnie texts saying that you stayed up all night. You're watching from YouTube. Thank you so much. Karen is on Facebook saying, I set my alarm for 4 a.m. to wake me up. I do not want to miss your show. Thank you so much, Karen. Keep your comments coming in. I want to know what you are up to. But do you know what? Cuppy time. Cuppy time, please. Please, anyone there that can come in and give me a cuppy?
I'm coming.
I've got a saucer and everything. Wow. Fabulous. Oh, I love
Did you want any sugars with that at all?
I see the cuppy and I will drink it. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. Making a mess on there already.
I know.
Do you know how long it took me to clean that?
I know, sorry. Actually, can you come back and clean it? You come back and clean it, actually. What we can then do is while you clean that one, and then we can get ourselves all...
You're serious, aren't you?
I am deadly serious. What I need to do, while you're doing that, we can all chat. We can then just have a wee bit of a comment and see what everyone else is saying. Let's get this one up and running again. Do you know what? My iPad is... I tell you what. Jeez, right. I am going to go out shot just for a sec. Ben, can you put my cup of tea over there? Just because, obviously, we can't be close together. So if I come this way, thank you.
Is there anything else you want me to do whilst I'm here?
Well, not yet. There's still time yet. Still time. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Rightio. So we can then have another look again. So what we're going to be doing just shortly, once Ben has... gone over everything. We're going to go over and have a look at...
You finished with your salt?
It's not for my fish and chips or that, but we will keep it because maybe one of us on the team will be able to use it with our shaker. I know Joe likes a bit of a shaker as well. Just obviously, just to remind you, Ben, as well, this show is not a 2-hour show. It is only a 1-hour show. So they're, a bit of a rush would be good.
Thank you very much. It was a half-hour show, to be honest with you.
Much appreciated. So I'm going to go back. Let's just have another wee look, just see what everyone is saying, and then we can go on. And then what we can do is we can just show you that 5-minute make. Well, say a 5-minute make. What we're going to do is we're going to show you the paper pads as well as the inks and stuff like that. Thank you so much, Ben. I really, really appreciate it. I wouldn't go far because I might need you again, but thank you anyway. So let's have a look. Lovely. On that note, what I'll do, you want a job done, you do it yourself. Here we go, let's move that one out of the way. I'm going to pop that one to the side at the moment. You can tell, I can see a theme going here with a Friday. Anything goes Friday, that is for sure. Right, so what we can do is let's have a look at our cardstock. Let's show you kind of cardstock that you use. Now, coming up later on Colour Me Happy when it comes to our inks as well as some of the stamps, Leanne and Ben will be going over that in full detail. No one better to go over that than Leanne. But what we can do is, if I show you kind of a rough 5-minute idea as to what you're going to need and what you're going to use. So if we take this one on, see, we're all friends now, so you can bear with me while we get that. I like to try and be organised, and I thought I'm maybe pushing it a bit if I get Ben to do it. So I thought what we can do is let's have a look. I've got 3 what I would say is our main cardstock. So I've got our White Smooth stamping card, I've got our Neenah card, and I also got our watercolour card. So I thought if we come into here, so I'm brought in my Neenah card for this one. So I'm going to swap this one out because this is my Neenah. Now our Neenah is very, very smooth. Our smooth stamping card is smooth. This is smooth, and this has been, it's manufactured because what it's all to do with the fibres when it comes to colouring with your alcohol pens. So Neenah cardstock, you're going to colour with your alcohol pens. So that could be your tri-blends, that could be your classic pens, that could be your Illustrator pens, or it could be, you know, our Illustrator, our tri-blend pens in those range as well. As long as it's alcohol-based pen, so it could be any other brand as well, alcohol-based. But to actually get that perfect colouring consistency within the middle, you need that perfect stamped line, whatever stamp you are using. To stamp with, what you need to do is use an alcohol dye ink pad. So this is the one that you're going to be using within here. So this one here I'm showing you is the Flagstone. Now we have Flagstone, we have Noir Black, we have Rustic Brown. The main thing you need to focus on is it says alcohol proof dye, and you've even got an image of a pen here. So you're going to be using your Neenah cardstock with your alcohol proof dye ink pad, and then that's going to allow you to colour with your alcohol pens. So classics, tri-blends, Illustrators, you'll be able to use them once. So if I set that one out the way. Now our White Smooth stamping card. White Smooth stamping card we actually use a lot for card bases and card blanks, but this one is going to be perfect for your stamps, such as what's coming up later on Colour Me Happy, although I'm going to be showing you this one later on as well before the hour's out. Anything where you're wanting to lay colour, you're wanting to build colour up, colour upon colour upon colour, or even if it's just one layer of colour, you're wanting to be using your White Smooth stamping card. That's where the ink's going to sit nicely, it's going to settle nicely, it's going to give you a really crisp, clean effect. So when it comes to your White Smooth stamping card, this is where you're going to be using any of your inks that you're going to be laying down with imagery, and what I mean by that is something like your layering stamps or your florals. So that is what you're going to need for that one. And then what we have then got is we have got our watercolour card. So this is a bit of a texture consistency here. This allows you to put coats of water on, use anything that's water-based. So it could be your aqua tints that I just showed you a minute ago. It could be your sparkle pens. It could be your sparkle pots. Anything that is a liquid consistency. So you've got your watercolour card that you're going to be using. If you're going to stamp an image to colour in, on this occasion, what you need is you need your waterproof dye ink pad. So this is the one that you're going to need. So this is your waterproof dye. Once again, you can get your Flagstone, you can get your Noir Black, you can get your Rustic Brown. However, on this one here, what you can see here is you've got a water brush here. So that lets you know that it is obviously water-based to be using. So what you can do is use that one, and then to give you a few ideas is you've got your aqua tints that we showed you. This is where you could be using your sparkle pots or your sparkle pens, or it could be using your aqua pens. Again, anything that is a liquid consistency, or a paper, anything you're going to be using onto your paper that you want to colour. So that was a bit of a kind of like a 5-minute guide as to what you can be using. So what we can do is put that to the side. So we've got Christy. She is asking, so alcohol proof. The difference between alcohol proof and alcohol resistant. So within the alcohol proof is obviously going to be our alcohol proof, our dye that I just showed you there. Alcohol resistant, that is not something, certainly here, and I might be completely wrong, but I'm not familiar with. I'm not sure if we've got something that is maybe kind of exactly the same thing. So what I'm going to do, and that's the great thing with obviously being here, what we can do is after the show, I wonder, we've got Leanne at the end. So she would know if it may be exactly the same, just a different name, a different wording, or it could be something completely different. So what we can do is we can, if we remember, we'll chat to Leanne at the end, ask her. If not, well, I'm sure we will remember, but we'll get back to you on that one. And that's a great thing. We're able to do that live. So what we can do is let's go on now, and then let's have a look to see what I'm going to be showing you with Ben when it comes to masterclass. And this is our Aperture diorama die set. So this is coming up at 1 p.m. here in the UK, 8 a.m. Eastern Time or 5 a.m. Pacific Time. And what you can do with these ones here is you can create these diorama aperture cards. These are so much fun, and they fold flat as well. You've got all the layers to die cut. You've got your apertures, you've got your circles, you've got your florals, you've got all of these that you'll be able to use. So what I'm going to do is let's bring in the boards for these ones here, because when it comes to the full collection that we're going to be showing you in great detail on Masterclass, you'll be able to see you've got folders in that as well. So let's bring these ones in. So you've got kind of two concepts of the actual diorama effect. So on this one here, you'll be able to see, look at that, you've got that one in there. You've got the circle aperture diorama with this one here. So this is where you've got that circle component within the middle. You've got all these extra dies that go with it all the way round. But then what you're also getting in the full bundle, you're going to be getting the fancy panel. So if I move that one to the side, you can see the difference. That one here, you got the circle, and then this one here, you've got that fancy aperture that you can see there. But then what you've got all these in-between parts. What I mean by that is you can create all these different aperture parts, panels, build scenes if you want. I'm going to go over it so much more within Masterclass, but it gives you an idea. So that first one I just showed you a moment ago, this is the birthday interchangeable, and then on this one here we've got the garden interchangeable. As I believe this is the one that is exclusive to the bundle for that one here, but then we've also got home interchangeable. So this is where these all layer up on top of each other within the aperture, and you can start to build your scene. But when we go on to the circle one, we've got the butterflies here. Nothing stopping you chopping them out. You've got additional little dies there that you could use as your mats and layers. If we bring this one in as well, you can see on that one we've got the lovebirds. The lovebirds there, I just love them sitting on the branches. You've got some of the foliage as well. Cut into it, chop it out. It's up to yourself. And then my absolute personal favourite, we've got the woodland interchangeable one. You want to think now of your craft cards, your brown cards, your black cards, your gilding waxes, all these different things that you can be using to enhance that. But also within the bundle, what you're getting is you're getting these embossing folders, 6x6 embossing folders. These are going to go through your Gemini Jimmy, or who's Jimmy? Here, Jimmy. Where's Jimmy? This is going to go through your Gemini Junior. You might call him Jimmy, but it is your Gemini Junior, or it's going to go through your Gemini Midi as well. That's your brickwork. You've then got set in stone, you've got your brick layers, and then on this one here, you've got your spring forest, and then you've got your trellis swirls as well. Use them on their own, in conjunction with each other. It's entirely up to yourself. So I thought what we can do, right, I have got all of these components already cut, because it is one of those concepts that you need to sit back, relax, chill out, die cut them all, and then build them. So this is what they look like once they've been die cut. You want to see them die cut, then tune into Masterclass with myself and Ben, because you're on one of the options, you are getting a paper pad option where you could pop into your basket if you want, but you can be using them with your normal cardstock. So once the layers are die cut here, you can see all you need to do is, we've got these little side panels as well. These have got little slots within them. So you've got two of them, also come on the pad if you go for the pad that's available in one of the sets. And then we're going to start building. So this one I'm going to use as my backdrop. This one I can then bring my next layer on top. This one, I can go with this bit of floral detail, and then on this one, what we're going to do is we're going to use the actual front component. We've got all this die cut detail as well. We've got little tabs, so what we can do, starting off on that back one, and I'm going to bring this one in. This bottom tab here is slightly bigger than that one, which then matches into the base. So we're going to slot these ones in, and slot that one in, and you're going to do that each time. So we can bring this next one in, simply slotting it in and building it as we go. So if we bring this one in, and we can keep building until we've created it. Now don't forget we are available on social, so get across here. If you're not already on, just say hello, say morning, tell me what you're going to be up to today. But what I do want to know on a Friday, do you do anything to treat yourself? Is it a takeaway? Is it Fish Friday? Fajita Friday? What is it that you like to do? So do let me know. So we have got, who was that, sorry, Erin? Jason has got a question. Do all the ink pads have a pen that matches? So is that meaning our quick dry, I'm wondering? So our ranges of colours that are within our inks as well as our pens, they don't cross over. You've got some colours that look very, very similar, but you don't have, for instance, when it comes to our ink pads, you've got a Lagoon. Now, we don't necessarily have a Lagoon coloured pen, but we've got maybe like a turquoise pen or something that is close to them. So you can mix and match, but they are not exactly the same, which is a good thing because that opens up all the different colour mediums that you've got. So I hope that answers your question. Any questions like that, do let us know. Great thing about being here live. If we aren't able to answer them live right in this show, same with pictures. If you do send them in, we don't show them. We will show them or answer them on the next show. But keep in mind, I'm not going to be back until Monday. Now that was Spaghetti Friday. Lisa saying Spaghetti Friday for her. Like, oh, spag bowl. Spaghetti bolognese. Do like a bit spaghetti bolognese. Bolognese. See, tired. Words are coming out. Erin, you've never heard of spaghetti? Have you heard of spaghetti bolognese? Oh, no. Yeah, it's just like minced with some tomato sauce, not like as in Heinz or other brands. I mean like tomato sauce and then pasta. Hope that makes sense. Yeah. Anyway, do let me know. I want to know. We've got, we have, we marinate and like, we'll maybe marinate chicken. So, but just excuse me, we'll just have a little bit of a conversation. Marinara, Marinara. Yeah. I know, the reason I keep saying marinara, if I do that, sometimes helps if I actually let you know what I'm hearing in my ear. And Erin was saying if we guys, do we do or hear? Is that what you said? Have we heard of marinara? We have, yeah. Absolutely we have, yeah. Anyway, there we go. See? There you go. You never know what you're going to get when it comes to Wake Up Call with Craig. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to attach these with adhesive because I want to show you this in full later on today with myself and Ben on Masterclass. But you can see the effect, how it builds up. We would even include this one here. But this is how it's going to look. You're working upon it. You're building upon it. You've got that height. You've got that dimension. But what is the incredible thing about it is it folds flat. Love this one. So there we go. Later on, 1 p.m. here in the UK, or you're going to be able to do 8 a.m. or 5 a.m. Pacific time for you guys stateside. That is going to be Masterclass, myself and Ben, when we're going to go over all of the interchangeable diorama set. So what we're going to do is, I still can't get Mr. iPad to play ball. So let's have a look. I managed to get it on my phone. Right. We have got, I think I need my assistant, don't we? It's something to do with the tech and that, when you have to sync your phone to something like that anyway. Angela is saying, love it, Ben's expressions. Vicky saying, welcome to my world, Ben. He's just across there. You may have heard him there. Maria, Craig, you and Ben make my day. Love it so much. Craig, you and Ben make my day. Love to watch you both. You make me laugh so much. Thank you so much, Maria. She's on Facebook. We've got Trinkles Garden and Home Life on YouTube saying, Ben, can you bring me a cuppa, please?
No.
Betty say, too funny, Craig. When you're done with Ben, send him across to Wisconsin. I have a lot of work for him to do. So many are loving myself and Ben's interaction. Now, talking about that now, we're going to introduce something here. We are going to have a bit of a game. We're going to have a bit of a game, and then what we're going to do is, I'm getting too quick there, I'm eager to play this game. Having a game myself and Ben. I am a little bit nervous about this one, in the fact of, I've been told this needs to come out.
Right.
And then you're smirking and smiling away there, aren't you?
I only know a little bit about what's going to be coming
Yeah.
up over the course of the next 5 minutes, but yeah, all I know is you do have to take your earpiece out. By the way, I thought of a fun game that you could have maybe on a future wake-up call is like Erin talks
Yes.
about stuff in your ear and you have to like give out the clues and then people have to try and work out what it is.
That's a great idea. I love that idea.
Oh dear. Right, so
Absolutely.
what are we doing then? So there's going to be an image put up on the TV screen. Here we go. So
Okay.
we're going to say what it is here in the UK, and then you've got to try and guess what it is
Got
in
ya.
the US, because this is something we chat quite a lot about.
We
Isn't
do.
it?
We do. Absolutely, we do. So, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one out.
Take that out. Right. Okay. So are we looking specifically at your your indicator?
So
So what do you think that is called in the US?
in the US,
I don't know if I know this one actually.
I know indicator. So here in the UK, it's indicator. Signal or
No.
no? Pass.
Oh, Erin. I was going to say that. Let me give the answer. Erin was just saying.
I can't hear her, so you're
Blinker
right.
is close. They do say that. Erin's obviously our American producer, but Blinker.
Blinker. All right. Okay. I didn't know that one. No.
Okay.
Obviously, I would have got it right.
All right.
What have we got now? Ah.
Play along at home.
Yeah, absolutely. So we say Wellington boots, don't
Wellies,
we?
or
Wellies.
Wellington boots.
Well, yeah.
Were you here last night when I was talking about welly wanging?
No, I've heard of that before, but no,
they,
it wasn't.
They do it at village fairs here, don't they? Where you get the welly and you have to chuck it as far as you can. You have to wang it as
Right.
far as you can.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
So that's maybe a game for the future, you know,
Absolutely,
springtime.
we should do
We
that.
can start to
Yeah. What are they called though?
wang
in
our
the US?
wellies. Oh gosh.
I know this one.
Do you know that one? So it's wellies. It's. I'm trying to think what it could be potentially
I'll
called.
give you a clue.
Yeah.
The second word is what they are.
Wellies.
No. The
Rain.
Second.
Rain.
Oh, that's the first word.
Rain
Rain.
boots.
Rain boots.
Fab. That's one. That's
Yeah.
good.
This is fun. This. Now, are we focusing on the person in the middle with the? Okay, the person in the middle. All right. So what do we call that here in the UK?
Well, I have to kind of be PC now, don't I? So, lady.
Lollipop person.
Lollipop person.
Okay.
It's obviously a lollipop woman, but lollipop person.
Yeah. What do they call that in the States? I know this one.
Do you? I don't. I thought I was quite good at knowing, obviously, UK versus US.
Okay, it's two words still. The first word is like what the person is helping them do.
Crossing.
Crossing, yeah. And this is right, Erin, right? Yeah. And the second word is like she's obviously what she's doing. She's
Guiding.
yeah, she's guiding. So she's a crossing.
Guider.
No, it could be right word, right letter. Crossing.
Guard. Crossing guard.
Crossing guard.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that one.
I prefer lollipop person.
Oh, I know that one. I know. So we say chips, you say fries.
Oh, easy peasy. Yeah, he's rattled through that. So we say chips. Those are fries.
Yep. So we say petrol,
Yeah.
you say gas.
Oh, he's rattling through these now. Next one.
Well, we say sat nav.
Sat nav. Satellite navigation. It's not called sat nav.
I call it sat nav. Is it
Yeah,
sat?
no, it's called sat nav
Yeah.
here, but what is it called? I don't know.
Oh, I know.
Car computer.
Car guide?
What?
Car guide?
Car guide is good.
Car guide?
It's not.
Car map?
Car map is nice. I like that. It's good,
Yeah.
but it's not right.
Automatic map? I don't know.
Why does Erin keep saying GPS? Oh, it's called GPS.
Oh, it's called GPS.
Oh, GPS.
Oh,
what does that stand for?
Don't know.
Global positioning. What? I don't know. Global.
I've heard of it because obviously I know we have it here, but I didn't know. So we say trousers. Is
Yeah.
it trousers?
Trousers.
Trousers.
Oh yeah, I know this one.
Trousers. Pants.
Trousers as pants. Apparently, there's loads of our American friends putting the answers. on
Well,
Facebook
I've
and
covered it. I've covered it, so I can't even see.
I like this game.
I like this game as well. Love it.
Well, that specifically here
It's
is
kitchen roll.
Kitchen roll, isn't it? Yeah. So you have a different name for that in
I
America.
know. I thought it was just kitchen roll. Wipes, kitchen wipe,
Kitchen,
tissue, kitchen tissue,
blotter.
blotter. Nose blower?
You don't blow your nose.
I don't know. It rips your nose, yeah. It rips it.
Paper roll.
Water absorber?
Apparently, it is paper towel.
Oh, I did know that.
It's a bit like catchphrase, isn't it? Really, say
Yeah.
what you see. You know,
I know
paper towel.
it is. Say what you see. If you see it, say it.
Oh, I can't look at these
How?
because I don't like wooden lollipop sticks.
Oh, really? Okay. So we say lolly. Is it ice lolly?
You have to do this,
Ice-
and I can't look at
ice-
them. Oh, they're
ice-
behind me. I can see them on the screen.
Ice lolly. Icicle.
Icicle.
Icicle?
It's close.
I think we better skip this one because I can't look.
It's something ickle. Be careful.
Popsicle.
Popsicle. It's right. Right.
So is this would jumper for us?
Woolly jumper. That,
Really
isn't it?
jumper.
Yeah. You know that one. Yeah, we call it because we get that all the time, don't we? We get it all the time.
Sweatshirt. Sweat.
Not sweatshirt.
Sweater.
Sweater.
Oh, sweater.
Sweater. How long is this game going on
I know,
for?
it's brilliant.
This is
Can
great.
we just
It's
keep
3
doing
more to come,
this?
Craig. You're doing really well. You're
Right.
doing great.
Okay. So we say lorry. Would you say truck?
Truck is close, apparently.
No, it's not RV. I know what an RV is.
An Arctic?
Arctic lorry.
Now, what do you call it? Like, it's 2 words is what the answer here.
Motor something
No,
motor. No.
it's TT.
Careful, it's Friday morning.
It's the first word is what you might see a farmer drive.
Tractor.
Tractor.
What?
Yeah, I know. And the second word is kind of it's a T. What is something you put on the back of a car? Tractor.
Trailer.
A tractor.
Tractor
Trailer.
trailer.
Just call it a lorry. It's easier.
Erin, are you winding us up? right, who are we looking at here?
Woman.
Bird.
Oh, we're looking at the car, not the.
Oh, I wasn't looking at the car.
Did you just say bird? Aye, it's a bird. A woman, but looking at the car.
Trunk.
Well, we call it the boot. We call it the boot, but
Yeah.
it is, yes, the trunk. Oh, thank goodness this game's nearly over.
Do we know who that was?
What are we looking at now? Beach.
Beach.
Oh, okay. So, this is an easy one to finish, I think. So we would call this holiday.
Vacation.
Yes. There we go. Do you know,
I loved that.
don't you feel though that there are so many different words?
Yeah.
English American.
I did not know about the kitchen roll.
Yeah. No, I
Did
didn't.
not know about the kitchen roll.
What's it called? Tractor trailer.
Tractor trailer. I know.
And the other one actually from last night, Erin just reminded me on the HSM preview, I used the expression, you've heard the expression, right? If I'm telling you to wait, hang fire.
Hang fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Hang fire. Yeah, hang fire. Ben, if you can just hang fire a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, apparently it's not a thing. Hang tight or hang on.
Mm-hmm.
No hang fire.
Yeah, we would say that, but also hang fire.
Well, I feel educated.
I do as well.
Yeah.
We do. We could go to the States now anytime and know
Absolutely.
what we're talking
Just
about.
blend in, couldn't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rightio, I suppose I better go on again and get a little bit more work. Can't have that much, well, to be honest, the whole show is fun. But we're going to then focus on a bit of Colour Me Happy that you've also got coming up with Leanne as well, haven't you?
I got a busy old day today.
You've got a busy old day. I know.
Cleaning, making cups of tea, doing shows.
Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to move on. Thank you so much, Ben.
No, thank you, that
So
was
I
fun.
appreciate you tuning in. So what we're going to then do is we're going to go over, we're going to have a look, we're going to see what's coming up on Colour Me Happy. But let's say we're going to see what's coming up. We're going to focus on something specific when it comes to the Colour Me Happy. And these ones are our quick dry ink pads. Now with these ones here, these are exactly that. These are quick dry and these dry so quick. So these are good for anything if you want to do like your sentiments. So if maybe you're having to pop your arm on the top or your hand on the back of it, you know, is guiding it, it's not going to smudge. If you want to do the image like we're ready to do in a moment, then of course it's not going to smudge. You're going to be able to layer upon layer. So what I'm going to do is if I bring back in this full set that I showed you earlier on, so this is where what we're going to do is we're going to use our white smooth stamping card for this one, and we're going to use the bumblebees. So when it comes to Colour Me Happy later on today, it's 4 p.m. here in the UK, or it is 11 a.m. Eastern Time or 8 a.m. Pacific Time for you guys. And also what I want to tell you as well, I know you maybe already know, but if you don't, it is Leanne's birthday. So also for that show as well, she's got to because she's on Craftvault as well with Ben. So make sure you get your comments in, wish her happy birthday, you know, just give her lots and lots of attention like you already do, because I know she really appreciates it. So it's good to have her here on her birthday. I personally like working on my birthday. It makes it more fun, but yeah, be good to see her again. So send your love into her. So what we can do is let's focus on these layering stamps that are also going to be within the show too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my large platform. So this is my stamping platform. Anything that you see me using that I don't refer to a lot or in the show, you'll always be able to find on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. So you can always go across and have a look. So these stamps here that I'm going to pop on, you've got 3 of them within the set. Now, some of these you can absolutely use individually if you want. What you've got within them is we can then do layer 1, we've got 2, and then we've got 3 as well. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. So within these ones here, you could, if you want, use 1 and 2 on its own. You could use 2 and 3 on its own. You might want to use 1 and 3 on its own. It's entirely up to yourself. This kind of gives you a bit of an idea as to how it could look if you use stamp 1 and 2 on its own, maybe 2 and 3 on its own, 1 and 3 on its own, or you can of course use 1, 2 and 3, and that's exactly what we're going to do with this one here. So you can be using this larger stamping platform like I am going to use. You can use the 6x6 one as well if you want, that's up to yourself. What I'm also just going to do here, I'm just stepping back, I need to take another one of our quick dry. Let's go for a deeper tone on this one. Let's go for an anthracite for this one. So I'm going to do 2 layers that are yellow and 1 which is the grey, the anthracite. So what we can do is let's bring out our cardstock here, and I'm going to chop it down just slightly, just so that you can get a better guide when it's layered up onto our platform. Let's bring in, so all that I'm just doing, I know you can't see, but I'm just chopping my cardstock in half here, and I'm going to layer this one on. So if we pop this one into the middle, no specific area as such, I just want to layer that one on, and then what we can do is pop our magnetic discs into place just to hold the cardstock ready to go. What I can then do is if I bring in my stamping platform here, so I'm going to turn that one over. This is where I'm going to bring in layer number 1. So we can bring layer number 1, and I'm going to then pop my stamp on here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose any one of these grids at the 90-degree angle. So what I'm going to do with this one is let's pop that one into place. So I can pop that one on, and I'm going to line that one up with my grid that I've chosen. And if you need a wee bit of a reminder as to what 90-degree angle that you've chosen, why not put a little bit of your low-tack tape on? You can do a pen mark if you want. I'm going to press that one in. Now what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to use our Straw Bale Quick Dry, and this is also going to be our Lemon Tonic, and then let's use our anthracite. So layer 1 is going to be your lighter tone. So this is where we're going to stamp, 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 and we can just give that a good coverage with the Straw Bale on this one. I'm going to turn this one over, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to press. So I'm going to press that one into place, but what I want you to look at as well, because this is our quick dry, and I know Leanne will go over it all later on, but watch this. Watch when I take this away. That is not snot, that's not smudging, that's not smearing, that was absolutely, as Liam just said, that is quick. Doesn't smudge, doesn't smear, that is your quick dry. So if I bring in my next one, so let's take that one off here, and then we can go into layer 2 for this one. So let's bring in layer 2, and then what I'm going to do, so if I pop this one on, and then we can bring in our bumblebee. So I just need to make sure I've got that the right way, which is that one. So we can bring that one in. So if I layer that one on, I just want to check that I've got it the right way, which I do. So this time we can bring in our Lemon Tonic. So this is a bit of a deeper yellow. You can be doing this with any colours you want. What I would always suggest, layer 1 is a light colour, layer 2 is a mid colour, and then your top layer is going to be the detail. That's going to be your deep colour. So what I can do, pop it in, it's in the exact same place where I need it to go. So I'm going to press that one into place, so I can press that one again. So let's remove that one, and then again, you can see straight away how quick I've done that. It's not smudging, it's not smearing. Great thing about our quick dry. So let's take this one off, and then what we're going to do is set that one to the side. Last but not least, let's bring our top layer, which is layer 3, and once again we're going to just pop this one into that same corner, exactly the same corner that I've done. We can then ink this one up. We're going in with the deeper tone on this one, so this is the anthracite that we're using. So we can pop that one on. Let's remove this one, and then I'm going to pop that one in. We're going to press. Now, because we've gone for that deep tone, that's going to enhance the image. That's going to pull it all out. Now, look at that. Isn't that absolutely spectacular? Isn't it incredible? Look at the layering that gives you, the colours it gives you, the dimension it gives you. And that is the unbelievably thing about our layering stamps. Using our layering stamps, using our quick dries, this is where you've got that effect. You've seen how quick these quick dries actually are. As soon as I stamp them, I rub with my hands over the top. They don't smudge, they don't smear. And this is the great thing, especially when it comes to things like our layering stamps. So all of that you'll see in a lot more detail with Ben, as well as Liara. Liara? What? Lots of different names today going about. Coming up later on Gemini Jimmy, I know it's all of them. Coming up later on Colour Me Happy today, 4 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Pacific Time. So let's have a wee look as well, just see what everyone else is saying on your comments as well. So Trinkle was saying, what cardstock was I using? That was a Super Smooth. We did briefly go over the types of cardstock earlier on in the show, but do tune into Colour Me Happy, because I know that is when Colour Me Happy. I like to think a bit of a little inks masterclass as well, and Leanne will go over all of these too. Great thing about these ones, and talking about Leanne, as I am, it is her birthday, as we said. The birthday girl is actually here today. Oh, Leanne, happy birthday, Leanne.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I've had that many birthdays. I really don't need to be remembering this birthday. Thank you, Craig. But thank you very much.
Oh, you're very, very welcome. Now, my lovely assistant done something just a little bit special for you. Want to do something for you on Wake Up Call with Craig. So the assistant is coming in.
I was up all night, Leanne, baking those for you.
How fantastic is that? Ben, I mean, thank you. You've excelled yourself, really.
You haven't tasted them yet?
Oh, my word. He's even got his apron on. He's been cooking in the Crafter's Companion apron. They smell delicious. I'm sure lots of people are going to be in a queue wanting one of these, and I feel very special. Thank you very much. I can't eat them all myself. I've already eaten all the cake over Christmas, but I'm definitely going to be having one of those with a cup of coffee later. Thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful.
Yes, you're absolutely welcome. Like I say, I want to acknowledge it on the show. Now, I want to ask, Leanne, do you have, you've done TV for, a wee while now. Have you got any funny stories that you could possibly tell us anyway?
Well, there's one.
There's one.
Get asked about your funny stories and knock all the pack shot over while moving your cakes. I mean, funny story number one. I've got so many, Craig, but we'll stick to a couple of my personal favourites. And actually, they both involve Nigel May. In fact, most of my funny stories involve Nigel May. There's got to be a story there somewhere. Nigel May is, if you don't know him, is a craft TV presenter and is one of my very close friends. In fact, he was a novelist for a while, and I do have a dedication in one of his novels, actually, to Mrs. Tiggy Winkle, which is what he calls me, rather than Leanne. So there is a dedication in the book to Harvest of Fun with Mrs. Tiggy Winkle, which is me. I mean, nobody knows it's me. It would have been nice if you just put Leanne, but there we go. I mean, he does love me. Right, so two funny things. The first one is when the elastic band went on my skirt at the beginning of a live hour-long craft show. And I had, obviously, we have a mic pack. I don't know if you know, we have a mic pack and a talk back pack. So we have the heavy things on the back of there so we can hear what's going on, and we can, you can hear us with microphones and what have you. And they were quite heavy and the elastic band went. So my skirt was slowly creeping down all the way through. at the hour show, and it was getting so low that it was going to be indecent. So Nigel had to get very close to me. It was, we just looked like very good friends that hour, and he literally took a handful of my skirt in a knot, in a fist, and followed me everywhere I went to keep my modesty during that hour-long show so that I could have 2 hands free and demonstrate for you without being very indecent during the hour.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard that one before, I can tell you as well. I know you know as well. Nigel would have loved that. You would have loved that one, he sure would. I'm sure he absolutely would. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. I love that one, absolutely. But have you got another one?
Well, it also involved Nigel May, actually. When we're crafting and we're doing our demos, Craig, we pack all of the things, don't we, in a little plastic bag. So the whole demonstration is in a plastic bag, which keeps us very organised. And just before the demo for you at home, so we don't lose any of our little bits and pieces, we open the plastic bag, empty it out, we've got it all organised, and the plastic bag goes in the bin. So I had been doing that halfway through an hour-long show, but I hadn't been hitting the bin with the plastic bag because I wasn't really paying attention. I was just plastic bag, and they'd gone on the floor. So then the director decided they needed us to walk down the counter to go and get something to look at, and so we set off to go down the counter. I was following Nigel, and I got my heel of my shoe on one of the plastic bags, and literally my foot went, and then I went in a somersault flat on the floor. Luckily, I wasn't hurt, but the funniest thing then was, I don't know, did you ever meet Adi, who was a fantastic floor manager
I
at the
didn't,
time?
no.
Well, Adi is incredibly fit in more ways than one. Too much information, I would hesitate probably to add. However, the funniest thing was I went like that, and disappeared flat on my back or under the counter, literally somersault. I mean, you see my feet come up in the air, and then the next thing you see is Adi just doing like a gymnast, vaulting the counter to make sure that I'm all right, because obviously floor manager needs to make sure his guest hasn't cracked her head on the floor and knocked herself out. He's vaulting, and Andy Love's at the other side of the studio going, "Oh my goodness, is Chiv's okay? What's Nigel done to her? He's murdered her." Well, it was very, very funny, let me just say. I was perfectly well at the end of it. I think if I'd hurt myself, maybe we wouldn't be laughing about it. However, Nigel was like, we needed to finish the next half an hour of the show. Can you do it? I couldn't do anything for laughing. I was just giggling and giggling, crying with laughter at the fact that I'd embarrassed myself so much live on air. But you all forgave me, and you sent in comments in your thousands at the time actually to say, "We hope you're okay." So they're my 2 most embarrassing moments: nearly losing my skirt and sending myself flying on a plastic
I want to
bag.
know whether these are still available anywhere
I know.
on YouTube.
I want to know that as well. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know what I just envisioned when you were saying that, Leanne, is Eddie just doing a Mrs. Doubtfire? You know when he goes, "Help is on the way," and just runs and then just jumps over the unit. I can just imagine.
With the Heimlich manoeuvre, that is so funny. Actually, that is very much what it looked like, Craig. I think he would have looked good in a floral pinny, as does Ben, and a white wig.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's another one. We've got that one. Oh, Leanne, thank you so much for popping in. I know you've got a busy day, and you've obviously got Colour Me Happy and Craft Vault coming up later on. So if you do want to see Leanne and Ben later on, Colour Me Happy, so it's all about our inks and that, getting all of the expertise when it comes to that. It's 4 p.m. here in the UK, or if you are obviously stateside, then it is going to be 11 a.m. Eastern Time or 8 a.m. Pacific Time. But now, we actually do have a question. So Leanne, we had a question saying, what is the difference between the alcohol-proof ink pad and waterproof ink pad?
Oh, okay.
Alcohol-proof ink pad and water-resistant ink pad.
Okay, so there are 3 different types of ink pad when it comes to stamping your images. So we do have 3. We've got an alcohol-proof, as you said first, Craig, we do have a waterproof, and I think the water-resistant might mean the waterproof one that we're using, because the other ink pad that we use is just a clear ink pad for heat embossing powders. I don't think we made that one. Oh, well, we don't have, so we've just had another question, alcohol proof versus alcohol resistant. We don't have either of those. So the 2 ink pads we have are waterproof and alcohol proof. And the reason we have those are because you need different mediums, you need the opposite, like oil and water, for the medium that you're colouring with. So for example, with your waterproof ink pad, then you're going to be able to use all of your water mediums with those. So all of your sparkle pens, your aqua blend pencils, your aqua markers, anything where you want to put lots of water on the page, because it's actually got a medium in there, which means it does not move with water, which keeps your stamped image nice and crisp and clear. With alcohol proof, then that would not smudge and smear with your alcohol marker. However, if you put water on that, it'll bleed all over the place because it's a waterproof ink in the ink pad, which is alcohol proof, so that it doesn't move when you put your alcohol ink on it. Does that make sense? So you've got to have the opposites attract. So it's a water-based ink for alcohol-proof colouring, and it's an alcohol-based ink for waterproof colouring because they won't move with the same medium.
Awesome, perfect, there we go. So between that and obviously what I showed you earlier on, it's exactly the same, so it's a good way for you to follow as well. So hopefully that helped as well. So thank you for that, Leanne. Right, I can't believe that is now the end of the show and the end of the week for me. Well, I say that I am back at the weekend. I'll tell you about that just in a second. But we've still got whole day jam-packed full on Crafters TV, where we've got coming up very, very shortly is myself and Ben with Craft Vault. So we're going to be going over some details there. So when it comes to that show, it's going to be 11 a.m. here, bang clatter. 11 a.m. here in the UK. We've got, don't worry, Leanne, we'll sort it. 6 a.m. Eastern Time or 3 a.m. Pacific Time. Then also again later on, but that's going to be with Leanne and Ben for that Craft Vault, is that's going to be 7 p.m. here in the UK, or it's going to be 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time. But then what we've got very shortly as well, kind of like lunchtime here in the UK, 1 p.m. here in the UK, we've got 8 a.m. Eastern Time or 5 a.m. Pacific Time. That's going to be a masterclass. And then once again, really kickstarting the end of the day with Leanne and Ben, that is going to be a Colour Me Happy. 4 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. Eastern Time or 8 a.m. Pacific Time. Ben, thank you so much. I know obviously you had a brilliant night last night. I know obviously you're a wee bit tired as well, like myself, but that was so much fun. I appreciate you just popping in as well.
Thanks for dressing me up in a flowery apron. I truly enjoyed it. It's been one of my career highlights.
Yes, and that was to Liam, because that wasn't my suggestion, so thank you for that one. Thank you again so much, Leanne, for popping in. Have a lovely rest of the day of your birthday as well as the weekend. I will see you now. I'll see you back here for Wake Up Call with Craig on Monday, but I will be back on Sunday for Second Chance Sunday and the last Craft Vault of the day. Have a lovely day, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you very shortly. Bye.